And then they had the audacity to reformulate this and then absolutely change nothing about it. Hey everyone, welcome to the great makeup roast of 2021. I thought what a better time than the end of this year to share with you the products I strongly disliked during the year of 2021. I don't think I've ever done a video like this, so it's super exciting. Some of these might really surprise you as well. Some things that I changed my mind on after initially testing. I have a couple of those here. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it entertaining or enjoyable or educational at any point. But let's get started. If you disagree with me or agree with me on any of these things, I would love to know your opinion, so I will chat with you down in the comments. Starting with foundations, I know a lot of people enjoy this product, but it just did not look good on me at all. This is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I find that it does run pretty yellow. It does have a good amount of coverage, but it looks really dry and cakey and just horrible on my texture. It is one that I was not able to get to work for me, and even when I did wear it throughout the day, it did not wear well. So I don't know how people like this, but for my skin, it was a no-go. Next is a foundation from Vapor Beauty. I've included a lot of clean beauty products in this video because they tend to be on the more expensive side, which I feel like is even more important to share with you that I don't like these. This is the Vapor Soft Focus Foundation. I think I tried this like twice. It is not my shade at the moment, but it's just too dewy, it's oily, it breaks up, it looks bad on my texture. It's pricey and it doesn't work. Maybe if you have very dry skin, you might like this, but this was just such a fail for me, and it's disappointing because I spent so much money on this for it to just sit in my drawer. Another clean brand I was really excited that launched this year but did not perform. This is the Exa Beauty foundation. This is called their semi-satin foundation. This just again does not look good. It separates, it's cakey, it doesn't wear well. I don't think this is the worst foundation I've ever tried, but it's not something that I ever reach for because it's just not one that works with my skin type and my skin texture. I really wanted to like this. It also has a very strong orange smell. This is Credo Beauty's brand, by the way, which I was expecting a lot out of because they sell a bunch of clean beauty. You would think that they sort of know how to make a good formula, but this one was a fail for me. The next foundation is a super hyped up TikTok viral makeup product that I didn't mind at first, but after a lot of testing, I just ended up deciding that this is not a good foundation for me. This is the KVD Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. There's a lot of pros to this product, but the big con for me is that it just does not wear more than honestly 3 hours before it starts to break up and just looks super cakey. Before that, it looks beautiful, it blends beautifully. I've actually used quite a bit of this product because I just love how it looks at first, but it does not have wear time. I did review this on its own. If you want to watch that video, I did initially like it, but after further testing, I would not recommend this if you're looking for something that is more long wearing. Unless you have dry skin, this might work out, but if you're normal to oily, I think it's a pass. Another very disappointing foundation, Tarte Amazonian Clay. This is their new reformulated version of their classic Amazonian Clay foundation, which I really enjoyed back in high school actually, so I was excited to test this and pick it up. But they had the audacity to reformulate this and not really make it any better than the original. I actually feel like it's worse now. It has a fragrance in it now, which I don't like. I don't think it wears any better. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do. I feel like Tarte in general just is falling apart at the moment. They need to get their shit together, but yeah, not a fan of that. Moving on to concealers that just didn't do it for me. First is one from Milk Makeup. This is their Flex Concealer. This is like marketed to not crease and flex with your skin. I find that it did the opposite. It creased like crazy. It didn't really give me any coverage. It made my under eyes look worse. So for a concealer, those are all the things I'm not looking for. I have not used this in such a long time. On the face, it's decent, but I just would not recommend purchasing this one. Not good. This next product I feel like has a lot of pros, but overall it doesn't work for me. The Oma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer. I really love the coverage on this, and they do amazing shades, Oma Beauty, especially with their foundation. This concealer again just creased on me. It's kind of dewy in a weird way, like it makes me look greasy, and that doesn't help with the creasing. It just makes it even worse. I don't find that it works with a lot of powders. I just can't get this one to work out even though I really wanted it to. I did not like this one. Next is the Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer. The foundation from Catrice is really good, but this concealer in the same line I don't feel like performed as well. It's another one that creased on me. It claims to be high coverage. I don't think that's the case, especially with the powder that's also in the line. It did not work out, looked really bad. And lastly is the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. Not necessarily a bad formula, but it's kind of a useless product in my opinion. It doesn't really do anything. It's very light coverage. I do like the light peachiness of this one. I think this was supposed to be similar to like the YSL concealers, but it just didn't really do much for me. If you're looking for light coverage concealer, it's actually a pretty good formula, but in terms of anything else, pretty useless. Next for powders, I have a powder that I think a lot of people like. This was a hit maybe 2 years ago when it came out. The Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. Hourglass is a pricey brand. This is a shimmery powder. This on my skin is just too shimmery, especially if you have texture under your eyes. I just feel like any sort of shimmer and under eye powder is a no-go for me. It makes my under eyes look older, it makes them look dry, it makes them look crepey. It just does all the wrong things. Even this powder on the face I feel like does the same effect. It accentuates all of my texture, especially like right in my forehead. If your foundation starts to wear down, I feel like this makes it look even worse. I wanted to like this because so many people do, but it was a big fail for me. And then we have the Lawless Seal the Deal Setting Powder. This powder looks so heavy. It's a tinted powder, which I was hoping would work for me because I like to have a little bit of extra coverage under the eyes. Makes my concealer look super cakey no matter what kind of concealer I put it with. The shade is just like not my favorite. I wish they had a lighter shade. It doesn't do anything for my makeup. I feel like it actually makes it look worse, even on the face. Not good. Don't like it. Moving on to cheek products, there's not a lot that I have here because I think cheek products are pretty easy to get right. These two formulas are just something I think could be done better. Neither of these are horrible, but they're just not my favorite. First is a product from Kosas. So these are their blush duos. This one's the shade Papaya 1972. I do like the cream version of this, but the powder formulas I just find are really lackluster. They're super soft and like powdery and crumbly. I think that's a pretty blush shade, but you can barely even see the highlight. I mean, this is basically a useless color. It doesn't even have like shimmer in it. Maybe if you mixed it, but then I feel like the blush is already light. I don't know. I don't know how to use this. I don't ever use it, and it's just not my favorite formula. Next is the Jones Road Miracle Balms. These are good, I think, for a very certain type of makeup wear. I really like how they smell. They have a beautiful scent. You do have to break the seal on them and like dip your finger into them. This is just a creamy, highlighty balm. This is just another product I have no idea how to use or how to fit into my routine. I don't really love cream highlights. This one just, I don't feel like it looks good on top of powder. Really beautiful if you put this like on your chest. That's probably what I will end up using this one for. But other than that, it's just not a product that for my makeup preference, it doesn't fit into my routine at all. Next, let's talk about eyeshadow. The other launch from Exa this year, I was so excited about these. Again, I wanted this brand to work out. The Light Show Color Melts. These are these cream shadows, but for me, they have no really base pigment to them. They're just like a little bit glittery, and another product I find pretty useless because they don't do much. Like, I don't know, I was just expecting more from them. Like, there's the brown shade, which is actually quite pretty, and they have like a chunkier glitter in them. I was expecting them to be more of a metallic. Like, they're definitely pretty. Again, not horrible, but not something I ever reach for, especially over cream shadows that I already own that are a bit of a better formula. And they just have like this sticky finish. I don't find that they layer that well, so I don't ever use these. Another sort of glitter product that was disappointing is the Jason Wu Celestial Lust, just like glitter, I guess it's called. I did like this when I initially tried it, but the wear on this is very bad. It's a really pretty like pink gold shade. They sell this brand at Target, but it just dries and it flakes off, and it does not go well over any other product. It just has no wear to it, which is disappointing for being such a good price point, and the shade is stunning. Performance is not there though. Another cream eyeshadow stick. I have such beef with these. So these are from Byredo. These were very expensive. Unimpressive. These are called their color sticks, and it's not that I don't like the formula of these. They're pretty good. They're actually very pigmented and blendable and pretty, but they have such a strong scent to them, which literally makes no sense in my mind of why you would have a scent in an eyeshadow product, because when these are on my eyes, I can literally smell it almost all day. I don't like the scent of it. It irritates my eyes. Like, these could have been so good just without the fragrance. I just see these in my drawer and I'm like, I wish I could use them, but there's no way I want to open that and put this like highly perfumed eyeshadow on my eyes. So a confusing product to me. I don't get it. And I do realize that most of the time fragrance is put into products to cover up sort of unsightly smells that usually just raw makeup products have, which is fine. But for an eye product, they went so overboard with the scent, and it's not even like a good scent. It's like literally perfume. Don't like it. Now I have two eyeshadow palettes. First is one I bought from Credo Beauty. I think this was around $40 from Johnny Concert. I had been eyeing these forever. This literally just got opened in my makeup drawer and I had this for over a year. These aren't horrible, but for the price, I feel like you're just getting like this cheap little paper palette, and like they look pigmented. They do have a good amount of pigment to them. Those are the swatches, but online this color looked like it was brown. These colors don't really go together in my mind. I think the packaging is lackluster. I think the run-of-the-mill eyeshadows, I think ColourPop is just as good, if not better than these. I think ColourPop's probably more pigmented. I feel like it was just a big waste of money. And then the other eyeshadow palette is this big eyeshadow palette from Pure Cosmetics. Crystal Clear Ultimate Face Palette. I actually got this quite a while ago and it is so unused, unfortunately. So you open it up and you get all these beautiful looking eyeshadow shades. But oh my god, just the pigment on these is so bad. These are two shades swatched, especially this purple one. Like once you start to blend it out, there's like no way you could ever build up pigment with these shadows. They're just those type of shadows that give you a very light wash of color, and that's about it, which I think might work with the neutrals. But the fact that they have like these bright colors that just don't perform, so disappointing. And the rest of this palette is just as disappointing. The middle part here is highlights. None of these are light enough for my skin tone, which is nice that they have deeper ones, but I would like a highlight as well. Again, another medium random shade of highlight, weird colors of blushes, a very like banana color, which might work on medium skin, and then these like weird toned contours or bronzers. The only like semi-decent part of this palette is these metallics. They're pretty good, but also not that good. It's just a bad palette and it's huge. I very regret buying this. Next, I have so many mascaras to go over. This was a hugely disappointing year for mascaras. I feel like brands just need to stop releasing mascaras unless they're good, because the majority of time when I try a new mascara, they're not good, especially if they're a higher end one. There's some pretty good mascaras at the drugstore, and these are such a waste of money. Like, just stop. So first off is one from Velour, pretty big deal. Didn't really do anything, didn't wear well. Next is Kosas. This is the big clean mascara. This looks gorgeous on. I love the effect, but it smudges and it flakes. And then they had the audacity to reformulate this and then absolutely change nothing about it, or at least anything that I noticed. I was like, oh, they're reformulating it. Maybe they're fixing the performance issues. But I literally did not notice anything different between the new formula and the old one. They both wear just as bad, which is so disappointing. I don't get it. Next, the Victoria Beckham mascara that a lot of people like. I don't feel like this did a lot. It kind of just like coated my lashes and made them black, and that's about it. I also didn't find that it wore well, and for the price, it's a definite pass. Fit Glow Beauty, another super hyped mascara, especially in Clean Beauty. The brush is fun. It does look pretty good on the lashes, but nothing crazy, and the wear isn't there. It smudges for me, and it's very expensive for not a good formula. Next, the Ilia Fullest Volume Mascara. You know, I give them sympathy. They have a really amazing mascara, their first mascara launch, and then to try to follow it up. This isn't horrible, but it just is not as good as the first one, and it doesn't wear as well either. So this is not as good unless you like a more voluminizing look, but still I feel like there's better out there. Don't waste your money. Another product from Pure Fully Charged Mascara. I don't know, I have no words, it's just not good. Jane Iredale Beyond Lash Voluminizing Mascara. Barely did anything. I'm not using it again. So I believe that was everything. I don't have any lip products. I didn't particularly hate any lip products this year. I would love to know in the comments below what your most disappointing product that you tried in 2021 was. I feel like there would be a lot more products that I hated in this video if I hadn't returned them, but I do return a lot of products if I really don't like them and I haven't used them, especially with my most recent Sephora haul. There's a lot of products I didn't like. This was super fun. I actually had a really good time roasting all these makeup products, and I hope you enjoyed this as well. I will be doing my year-end favorites so we could actually talk about the products that I loved in 2021. But thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.